Yes, rolling.
Rolling.
Okay, so what we're talking about first then?
What you think about the food choices in the neighborhood?
Food choices, in actuality, are ridiculous. Because if you imagine you take like chicken places and different things like that, and burger places, there's not a fresh selection to choose from. If you imagine that on every corner you got a chicken restaurant, man, that's gonna be grease. You know what I'm saying? And people can't survive off of grease. Then at the same token, though, you got like the grocery store that are ridiculous. I mean, if you imagine you got a grocery store that sells bad meat and different things, but then, you know, the bigger chain grocery stores got the fresher quality, but when you live in the neighborhood and you don't have access to transportation where you can go, an older person, that's what they got to choose from. You know, and it's sad, and then you jack the price up high. I sit there and I watch, and I've actually watched how people have they'll go into the little convenience store, which is just a gas station, and they focus and they take and they buy a roll of toilet paper, and a roll of toilet paper is $1.49, and that's a necessity. That's not a luxury. How do you overprice people like that? Why do they have to go through that? I mean, there comes to a point where that's just a little too much.
So what do you think about like physical activity, like gyms or places you can go for physical
There's
fitness?
none in the neighborhood.
So do you feel safe, like to run around and jog around the neighborhood at night or anything?
No, not to an extent. I don't feel safe. I mean, I don't feel safe when people prey on people, and people prey on people. People prey on people. People can be like, when people are caged or they're in a certain situation, they resort to survival tactics. People try to survive. When you got people trying to survive, I mean, it's hard to live in a country that's supposed to be free, and you can't even survive in your own neighborhood.
So what kind of changes would you like to see as far as like food choices and like physical activity, gyms and stuff? What kind of changes would you like to see?
It's sad. I've got to talk about something else. It's sad to sit there and watch.
Really in a combination mostly.
Okay, so I see you're very knowledgeable about hypertension. Where did you get the information?
From the Bible.
Okay. Do you know somebody that has hypertension?
Everyone, just about my family.
Okay. Is there a grocery store in your neighborhood?
I don't live in this neighborhood, but yeah, just one in this neighborhood.
Okay.
In my neighborhood, yes.
Okay. So how easy is it to access the grocery store? Do you walk? Or use public transportation? Or
I go for my godfather. I walk. I'm the public transportation. I hope you guys have already eaten. They have like critters on there. And welcome visitors on the bus.
On the bus, okay.
On the bus, on the train.
So I see you have your cart of groceries. How far do you have to travel to get from where you are to the grocery store walking with the cart?
20 minutes.
20 minutes, one way on foot.
Hold on, I just
Alright, so you said it takes you 20 minutes one way on foot to get to the grocery store. How often do you have to make this trip? How often do you shop for groceries?
I do it every day because I have other neighbors who are not healthy, who are not able, whether they're my age or younger or older, just sick.
Okay, so you grocery shop for people in your neighborhood that can't. Okay. Is there a place in the community for you to participate in physical activities?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Do you feel safe enough to participate in outdoor activities like running or
No, ma'am.
Is that just after dark or is that any time of the day?
Right here where you're at? This is like a this is like a dead zone, literally. There's always someone watching. Now, across that street over there, people get robbed all the time. This is before the sun goes down. If they just don't bother me. So thank you, Jesus.
Okay. So overall, what kind of changes would you like to see occurring as far as food choices and access to physical activity?
I would like to see occurring starting with school. When they're like, what is it, first grade or kindergarten, whatever it is, I like to have better food choices for them. No canned vegetables. No. And limit that milk. Like the 2% is okay, but I think you might want to go like goat's milk or something. Because they say this milk these days is no good for you. And then I want to limit the canned produce. No more canned foods for the kids in school. I'm talking about from like kindergarten to like 6th grade. Fruits, fresh vegetables. Okay, and then I want to see them out every day. Every day. Give it 30 minutes. Every day. I don't care if you holler all day. Do something in the air. And then I'd like to see 7 Okay, let's start 6th, 7th, 8th grade. I like to see them always outside, always running. No Skyping, no texting, no Facebook, no this, no that. Just free your mind. Matter of fact, pick up a book. Do that. Get knowledge. Knowledge is power.